Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nita Juhriah. I am a student at Nusantara Islamic University from the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education English Study Program. I will present about frames and levels to fulfill the assignment of the foundation of translating and interpreting course. Frames and levels. Frames. A frame is not real in the same way as our map of the world is not the actual territory it represents. It is more of an indication of the sort of thinking and interpreting. Irving Goffman said, in the years of 1974, follows with by defining frame as principle of organization which govern events. Frames. Then it's clear that frames are culturally determined as is government. Tenon follows Bateson in understanding a frame as an interpretative device, though she would probably prefer the metaphor or of a moving film rather than a static picture or a map. Tenon and Wallet, in the years of 1993, define frame and schema in the following terms. A frame refers to participant's sense of what is being done. Schema, a pattern of experience and assumptions about the world, its inhabitants, and objects. Logical levels. One of the originators of the concept of hierarchical levels of meaning was Bertrand Russell, who introduced the theory of logical typing. Whitehead and Russell, in the years of 1910, he postulates the fundamental principle that whatever involves all of a collection cannot be one of the same collections. The theory asserts that no class can, in formal logical or mathematical discourse, be a member of itself, that a class of classes cannot be one of the classes which are its members, that a name is not the thing name that John Batson is the class of which that boy is the unique member, and so forth. The error of classifying the name with the thing name or getting the menu card instead of the dinner is an error of logical typing. Before discussing how the logical levels relate to culture or communication, we should explain a little more detail what each level represents. In the first, there is environment, where and when. The basic level is the surrounding environment. This is the sum of external factors or constraints affecting an organization or process. It is who or what can be seen, heard, or felt through the sense in time and space. In the second, there is behavior or what. Organization and individual react to an effect on the environment through their behavior. Behavior can be verbal or non-verbal and will generally, but not always, be visible to interlocutors such as Fuller Browning. In the third, there is capabilities. How? Without appropriate skills or knowledge or capabilities, desired behavior cannot be accomplished. Capabilities also relate to patterns of behavior routines that form part of a strategy. This is the level of appropriateness, pragmatics, and norms that are instrumental in the organization of discourse and genre. The knowledge, strategies, and skills necessary are not as immediately apparent as the behavior itself, so they lie partly submerged in the term of the iceberg theory. Our capabilities are part of our cognitive environment or mental map and organize our visible verbal or non-verbal behavior. In the fourth, there is beliefs. Why? Beliefs are mental concepts, theoretical constructs held to be true or valid, and are formed in response to perceived need. And next, in the five, there is values. Why? Our core values are the basic unconscious organizing principles that make up who we are. Once they are formed, they very rarely change. If they do change, then our identity, who we are, will also change. Attitudes, on the other hand, are more flexible and can change in time or through force of argument without affecting core values. And in the seconds, there is identity, who. Values and beliefs will be determined by the type of person, organization, or culture in a particular context. In linguistic terms, this corresponds to the rule that is being played, i.e., person holding authority, specialist or information provider or seeker. In organizational terms, we have, for example, a state petrochemicals company, a limited partnership, a university, or a committee. And then, in the seventh, there is levels of culture. Saville takes in the year of 1986 ethnomethodology's definition of culture most closely encapsulates the theory of interrelated logical levels. Culture encompasses all of the shared rules for appropriate behavior that are learned by individuals as a consequence of being members of the same group or community, as well as the values and beliefs that underlie overt behavior. And now I will explain about culture and behavior. Culture is a filter. Culture is only one of the filters responsible for affecting behavior. This is rather like saying that members of a political party may accept the underlying party culture, but at the same time may well side with another political party on an individual vote. And then there is individuals are members of many cultures. Second, we are all members of a number of different cultures. So, while we are in the environment of one culture, we may well be responding as members of a second culture. Men and women, for example, are as different in their ways of doing and being as any other different cultures. Then, small or large cultures and cultures on the go. Small culture or communities of practice, nestling within or across large cultures, they will have their own distinctive identities that will encompass distinctive communication style, rules of appropriacy, and so on. The main difference being that small cultures are much more transient and are more likely adapt at each level, including that of identity. And next, the distribution of culture. A further point to remember with regard to culture and behavior is the fact that every culture allows for a certain deviation or eccentricity. And congruence. We act according to our beliefs and values, but the level may not all be working congruently. Incongruence occurs when there is an internal conflict of values or beliefs. And in the end, there is ecological fallacy. Finally, we should be aware of Hochstadt's reference to the ecological fallacy. See also Katan in the years of 2009, it would be a fallacy to say that all the underlying cultural values are held to be true by every person in that culture. The term is used in statistics to explain the error that occurs when one makes conclusions about individuals based only on analysis of group data. What is true, however, is that every person within a particular culture is likely to identify certain underlying cultural values and associated beliefs and patterns of behavior as congruent with that some culture. He or she would not necessarily identify with all those values. Thanks. I think enough presentation from me. I apologize if something is unclear or if there are incorrect words. I say thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.